Now, before we get into the footage, we have to talk about this right here. Alyssa and Bonner, so they are so sick right now, bro. They are so sick. And so look at this. Now, I came across this right here. So shout out to I Talk Hoops, right? So with DeWanna Bonner, the Mercury is 3-4. When the Fever had her, they was 4-5. Now, without DeWanna Bonner, this is what I was saying. How she was slowing down.
Recent footage has emerged showing an interesting dynamic during a WNBA matchup that has captured significant attention across basketball communities. The video depicts DeWanna Bonner expressing frustration on the sideline while addressing officials, with Alyssa Thomas positioned nearby appearing visibly annoyed by the situation. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark can be observed energizing the crowd from her position, demonstrating enthusiasm as her team maintains control of the game. Statistical analysis reveals compelling information about team performance with and without certain players. When DeWanna Bonner played for Phoenix Mercury, the team achieved a record of 3 wins and 4 losses. During her time with Indiana Fever, the organization posted 4 victories against 5 defeats.
This is what I was saying. How she was slowing down the Fever. DeWanna Bonner slows the damn team down. Look. So without her, the Mercury was 13-6. The Fever are 11-7 without her old ass. Look, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Somebody said, I know the black supremacist mad as fuck. Oh, yeah, they probably is. Guys. I mean,
These numbers present an interesting contrast when examining team performance without Bonner's presence on the roster. Following Bonner's departure from Indiana, the Mercury improved significantly to 13 wins and 6 losses. Similarly, the Fever demonstrated enhanced performance at 11 wins and 7 losses without her contribution. These statistics have generated considerable discussion among basketball analysts and fans regarding player impact on team dynamics and overall success. Social media responses to the statistical comparison have been varied, with many observers noting the dramatic difference in team performance. Comments range from analysis of Bonner's playing style to discussions about veteran players' roles in contemporary basketball.
Guys, I mean, this is just this. Let's check out what other people said. Somebody said this picture is savage. Somebody said she's old and a distraction. She can't get up and down the court. Somebody said this is the real upside down. It definitely is. Somebody said real. Here you go. Take the L, DeWanna Bonner. Take the L. Chloe Bibby was been balling. Now, I know a lot of people.
The data suggests potential concerns about pace of play and court mobility affecting overall team effectiveness. Video footage shows Clark demonstrating strong team chemistry through consistent supportive gestures toward teammates. Her sideline behavior during the reference game included crowd engagement that resembled cheerleading enthusiasm, creating a stark contrast to the opposing team's visible frustration with game developments. The game statistics for Bonner's performance were notably underwhelming, recording 21 minutes of playtime with 4 points, 1 rebound, 0 assists, and 0 steals. Her shooting percentage reached only 25% from the field, contributing to a negative plus-minus rating of 3 points. These numbers represent a significant departure from expected veteran production levels.
Now, I know a lot of people want the Fever to keep Chloe Bibby. I just don't think it's a way for them to keep her. Shout out to IDX Test. He said, just stopping by to say what's up. Thanks for all you do, bro. I appreciate you, dog. Hey, look, IDX Test, did you see the game? That's just all I want to know. Did you see the game, dog? Look at this. Caitlin Clark always hugging her teammates, showing love.
Alyssa Thomas appeared increasingly frustrated throughout the contest, with body language suggesting disappointment with team performance and game flow. The contrast between the two teams' emotional states became particularly evident during crucial game moments when momentum shifted decisively toward Indiana. Discussion has emerged regarding Chloe Bibby's temporary contract situation with Indiana Fever. The 7-day contract arrangement typically serves teams during the second half of the season when addressing roster needs or covering injured players. These short-term agreements provide organizational flexibility without long-term financial commitments while offering players opportunities to demonstrate their capabilities.
Now, let's get to the topic of the hour, and that is this damn footage I came across. So this is the footage. This is the footage right here, y'all. Look, I'm telling you, they're going to run with this one. So, shout out to Erica. Erica said, AT looking upset, DeWanda Barner complaining to the referees, and Caitlin Clark is simply hyping up the crowd. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at her.
Players on 7-day contracts receive minimum salary compensation with potential renewal options if hardship conditions continue. However, these arrangements cannot extend beyond the regular season conclusion, creating uncertainty about long-term roster construction. The contract structure limits teams' ability to maintain promising players discovered through temporary arrangements. Bibby's performance during her brief tenure has impressed observers and generated fan interest in permanent roster inclusion. Her contribution as a stretch forward has provided valuable spacing and offensive versatility that complements the team's existing personnel.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at her right there. Y'all see her right there? Watch Caitlin. Watch Caitlin. You would think Caitlin was a damn cheerleader. Look. You would have thought Caitlin Clark was a cheerleader. Alyssa Thomas looked pissed. Look at Caitlin hiding back there. Bro, I can't make this up. I can't make this up.
Many supporters have expressed desire for contract extension despite understanding the structural limitations. The Indiana Fever organization has essentially become a high-profile audition platform for players seeking opportunities within the league. The team's significant media attention and viewership numbers create unprecedented exposure for temporary roster additions. This visibility often leads to enhanced opportunities with other organizations for players who perform well during brief stints. Additional footage from the game shows defensive plays that further frustrated the visiting team's offensive efforts.
I can't make this up. This is funny. This is funny right here, guys. I can't even lie. This is super duper funny. DeWanda Bonner is cooked. She is cooked. What else? What else is out here, man? Look, WNBA still poking fun. So the WNBA trolls DeWanda Bonner. This is how you troll after a win. Somebody said D winner. Who put that up there? I don't believe.
Natasha Howard's shot-blocking ability created additional obstacles for opposing players attempting to establish offensive rhythm. These defensive sequences contributed to the overall dominance displayed by the home team throughout the contest. The game represented a comprehensive team effort that showcased improved chemistry and execution compared to earlier season performances. Multiple players contributed career-high or season-best statistical outputs, demonstrating the positive impact of roster adjustments and strategic modifications implemented by the coaching staff. Aaliyah Boston delivered an impressive performance that highlighted her development and increased comfort within the team's offensive system.
Somebody said D winner. Who put that up there? I don't believe the Indiana Fever did that. They got too much class to do something like that. Now look, heartwarming. DeWanda Bonner gives a tribute to the Indiana Fever by playing against them the exact same way she played for them. In the loss, she had 21 minutes played, 4 points, 1 rebound, 0 assists, 0 steals. She was -3, 25% from the field. Damn.
Her contribution represented another example of young players maximizing opportunities when given expanded roles and responsibilities within the organizational structure. Ari McDonald achieved a career-high scoring output with 27 points, demonstrating offensive capabilities that had been less evident in previous appearances. Her breakthrough performance suggests potential for continued contribution as the season progresses and roster decisions become more critical. The emotional contrast between the two teams became increasingly evident as the game progressed. West, with Indiana maintaining positive energy while the visiting squad struggled with frustration and momentum loss. This psychological aspect often proves decisive in competitive professional basketball environments.
Not particularly efficient. People need to shut up about efficiency because they talk about field goal percentage. I'm sorry, she is a good shooter at the worst shot in basketball, which is mid-range. And I'm sorry, no one has ever called a mid-range shooter who doesn't shoot threes efficient. She has like 6% worse true shooting percentage than Caitlin Clark last year, who people call an inefficient shot chucker. Like her true shooting percentage is not great. Like she's a very good free throw shooter. And I think the argument can be made that Caitlin Clark or Paige Beckers this season has been better than Caitlin Clark this season. And that's only because Caitlin Clark is...
Post-game media availability expectations centered around whether players from the losing team would address their performance and the statistical narratives surrounding roster changes. The reluctance of certain players to engage with reporters after disappointing performances represents common practice in professional sports environments. The broader implications of these roster moves and performance statistics continue generating discussion about veteran player roles, team chemistry, and organizational decision-making processes. The data presents clear evidence of improved team performance following strategic personnel adjustments. Future roster construction decisions will likely consider these performance indicators when evaluating player contributions and team chemistry factors.
And that's only because Caitlin Clark has missed half the season. We all saw what happened when the two of them matched up against each other. It was a 30-point win with one player being the orchestrator of their team's success and the other player scoring a bunch of points in garbage time so that they got their 21 points. We saw what happened when the two players playing each other. But I saw this post from Clutch Points. Paige Beckers is having a better rookie season than Caitlin Clark and nobody's talking about it. No, she's not. Like, Caitlin Clark averaged more points, rebounds, and assists on much more better.
The stark statistical differences provide valuable information for front office personnel responsible for building competitive rosters within salary cap constraints and organizational objectives. Discussion surrounding rookie performances in professional women's basketball has generated considerable debate this season. Paige Beckers has demonstrated solid first-year production, establishing herself as a capable player who ranks somewhere between the 10th and 15th best performer in the league currently. Her rookie campaign shows similarities to Angel Reese's debut season, with both players making meaningful contributions to their respective teams. Beckers recently recorded impressive statistics against Seattle, posting 27 points and 10 rebounds in a victory over a competitive Storm squad.
Better efficiency shooting wise, they averaged I think the same amount of steals. I think there's like 0.1 difference in their stocks. Yes, defensively Paige Beckers has been better as a rookie than Caitlin Clark. Right now, I think they're at a similar level. I think Caitlin's year 2 defense and Paige's year 1 defense. I think Caitlin's the slightly better perimeter defender. Paige is the better defender on switches. She's the better defender on the inside. I think she anticipates guarding bigs a little bit better than Caitlin Clark does. I don't think Caitlin does a good job at that. But I would say, that's the thing, is because Clark and Beckers have been connected for years. They're born the same year. No, they're not.
Her performance highlighted her developing skills, though questions remain about overall efficiency. While she excels at mid-range shooting, this skill set naturally limits her shooting percentage compared to players who prioritize three-point attempts and shots closer to the basket. Statistical analysis reveals that Becker's true shooting percentage trails Caitlin Clark's rookie numbers by approximately 6%. This efficiency gap becomes significant when evaluating overall impact, particularly since Clark faced criticism for shot selection during her debut season. Beckers demonstrates strong free throw shooting ability, which helps offset some efficiency concerns.
Clark and Beckers have been connected for years. They're born the same year. No, they're not. Both 2020 high school grads, both number 1 picks of draft. Before Beckers tore her ACL, she had a much brighter spotlight than Caitlin Clark. Yeah, because she went to UConn. It was as simple as that. And even if you look at Google Trends, by the way, when Paige Beckers tore her ACL, no. Like, when Paige Beckers tore her ACL, Caitlin Clark was still the more relevant player. But Paige did just go to national championship game. So maybe you can make that argument. But I'm sorry, that's like saying before Jabari Parker tore his ACL.
Comparisons between current and previous rookie seasons require careful examination of context. When these two players faced each other directly, one team secured a decisive 30-point victory, with the losing team's statistics largely accumulated during garbage time. This head-to-head matchup provided clear evidence of performance differences under similar competitive conditions. Recent social media posts have suggested that Becker's rookie campaign surpasses Clark's inaugural season in multiple categories. However, statistical evidence contradicts this claim.
But I'm sorry, that's like saying before Jabari Parker tore his ACL, Jabari Parker had a much brighter spotlight than Nikola Jokic. They're both taking the same draft. Like, what relevance is that? Before he got injured, Lenny Cook had a brighter spotlight than LeBron James. Ricky Rubio had a brighter spotlight than Kyrie. Like, before he tore his ACL. Like, how many top players can we talk about that and say that exact same sentence about?
Clark averaged superior numbers in points, rebounds, and assists while maintaining significantly better shooting efficiency. Both players recorded similar steal totals, with minimal differences in defensive statistics. Defensively, Beckers has shown advantages over Clark's rookie defensive performance. Her ability to guard multiple positions and handle switches effectively gives her an edge in versatility. She demonstrates better anticipation when defending larger players and shows improved instincts in the paint compared to Clark's debut season.
Like, before he tore his ACL. Like, how many top players can we talk about that and say that exact same sentence about? She won National High School Player of the Year. Cool. What relevance is this? Won Collegiate Player of the Year as a freshman. Cool. Caitlin did it twice. Once injury hit, Clark took over, won National Player of the Year by 2. She became the all-time Division 1 scorer. Yeah, she was on track to becoming the all-time NCAA Division 1 scorer in the women's after 2 years. If Caitlin replicated year 1 and 2, she would have overtaken Kelsey Plum. She wouldn't have overtaken Pete Maravich.
However, Clark maintains slight advantages in perimeter defense based on current comparisons. Historical context reveals both players were highly regarded prospects entering professional basketball. They graduated from high school in the same year and were selected as top draft picks. Before Becker's injury setbacks, she commanded significant attention, particularly due to her college program's prestigious reputation. However, by the time of her ACL injury, Clark had already established greater overall relevance in basketball circles.
Year 1 and 2, she would have overtaken Kelsey Plum. She wouldn't have overtaken Pete Maravich, but had she just replicated years 1 and 2, even before the injury, she was on track for breaking the all-time record. Like, through her first 2 years, I think Kelsey Mitchell was the only player that was ahead of her. And maybe Kennedy Carter, but like, she was there. Now they're in the pros, Becker is ready to reclaim her throne. For all the record Caitlin Clark broke as a rookie, Becker's on pace to be even better. While Clark started off slow as a rookie, Beckers was a force out of the gates. Through 20 games, she's already done this. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 100 assists. Scored in double digits in each.
Multiple examples exist throughout basketball history of highly touted prospects losing momentum due to injuries, while others capitalize on opportunities. These situations occur regularly across all levels of competition, making pre-injury comparisons less meaningful than current professional performance. Clark's college career included multiple National Player of the Year awards and record-breaking achievements. She was positioned to become the all-time NCAA Division I scorer before her professional transition. Through her first 2 college seasons, only Kelsey Mitchell and possibly Kennedy Carter maintained comparable scoring paces, indicating Clark's exceptional offensive production from early in her career.
In games, she's already done this. Fastest player to reach 350 points and 100 assists. Scored in double digits in each of her first 20 games. Only guard ever to do so. Yeah, I don't care. And just like I don't care about the double streak, I don't care about this double-digit point streak. It doesn't matter. We're seeing it with LeBron. LeBron's double-digit point streak, he gets to 10 points no matter what. Like, it's a bullshit record. That makes no difference. It makes absolutely no difference, it's double-digit. But again, fastest to 350 and 100 assists. Yeah, at this point, at this point in her career, Paige Beckers is averaging a half more point than Caitlin Clark. So yeah, she is getting.
Current pace statistics show Beckers reaching certain milestones slightly faster than Clark achieved them during her rookie year. She became the quickest player to accumulate 350 points and 100 assists, while also scoring in double figures through her first 20 professional games. However, these records require context regarding position differences and team offensive systems. The significance of consecutive double-digit scoring streaks remains debatable. Similar to other statistical streaks, these achievements can sometimes prioritize individual milestones over team success.